Marie-Noelle, it's one of my favorite topics. Sometimes influencers come in a minute, sometimes in a lifetime. When I speak, I talk a lot about one of my first influencers, one of my major ones, my grandfather, and him, my grandmother, my mom, my aunt. They came from Kyiv, Ukraine, and when they immigrated to Canada years ago. But he used to take me for walks in the park when I was about 5 in Montreal. And one day I asked him because he talked to everybody. I called him Zeta. I said, Zeta, how do you know all these people? And he pointed somebody that was, I remember him pointing to somebody that was coming to me. So one day I smiled at this fellow and he smiled back at me. And we became friends. And then other people saw us smiling and they came and talked to us also. And as a 5-year-old, I clearly remember thinking, well, life's going to be easy. I just need to smile at people based on what he told me.
Hmm.
And then you get older and you over expert it a little bit. And then you get a little more older and you realize that sometimes is all it takes to influence people. So we all have lots of different influencers, hopefully more positive than negative. But can you share like a couple, two or three that have been influential in your life?
Yeah, my grandpa said to me when I was in the States, back to that experience, he wrote to me actually, because we didn't have a phone or anything. He said, "You have the responsibility to represent our family in the United States. So you better behave, like really represent as well." And that really, yeah, that was something very strong because I respected my grandpa a lot, and he had a lot of dignity, a lot of class, and so yeah, that was a big one.
Very cool.
And I carried that message to represent, to do my best, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Other other people, um, yeah, so many. So that's you kind of catch me on the spot here.
That's the point.
Um, yeah.
How about the,
The people, the family I was living with in the US, my American family, Janet, the mother, was very focused on health. I think she influenced my learning about living healthily. And both of them were runners, so I learned that as well. That influenced me a lot.
hmm
Um,
How,
other people also that for example, my co-founder, Bill, who is really impressive in the way he thinks and the researches. He doesn't take anything for granted. He challenges, he learns, and he wants to understand. That's quite impressive for me. And that's what I've tried learning with alongside with him.
hmm It's
And
it's
yeah,
interesting.
that,
No, I appreciate you sharing that. It's interesting, and I think it teaches us that we're influencing people all the time too, and sometimes we don't even know it. So it's a choice of do you want to be positive about that or negative? Because it
yeah,
sometimes does just take a statement or one word at a time.
yeah,
That and there's a saying that it only takes one person to believe in you. Um,
yeah,
and it's true. I've heard executives talk about when the coach put them on the field or the ice for one important time in a game, and they based their whole confidence on that time that that coach believed in them.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that.